Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to sew the gusset onto the pants. So I have sewn the pockets on the front pants and I've sewn the center front seam together. And then this is the gusset piece. I've got my notches here. And then what you're going to want to do next is just mark in where the seam allowances so you meet, so you know where to stop sewing. So it's a 1/2 inch or 1.3 centimeter seam allowance. So I'm just marking that in here. Basically, I want to find the point that they intersect. So it's about here. I'm just gonna, well, that happened to fall exactly on part of the print. I thought I was being clever using a pencil, but apparently not. Let's see if this one's any better. So it's probably about there. Yeah, so right about there. So you can use whatever marking tool you like. So then here I have my front pants and I'm just kind of opening it up. This is like that crotch point. This is the center front seam here. And you will notice, so if you match up, this notch in the middle of the gusset should match up here. Look, I was running out of fabric, so I had to go into the selvage. Just gonna pop a pin in. This is that notch is matching with that center front. Whoopsie. Okay, and then if you kind of walk the seam along, you will eventually get to the other notch, the notch on the pants, pant inside leg, which is here, which should match up with the dot you've drawn. So you're just going to match that up there, and we're going to sew. So I'm going to sew from that dot, so it's going to leave the point kind of free. Now you'll have to ease it in just a little bit because we're going kind of curve to curve. This fabric doesn't like to ease. Of course, it doesn't want to ease at all because of the kind of fabric it is, but anyway, let's see how we go. Okay, then down the other leg. Just, there we go. And I get in right on that other dot that I drew. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish just this portion, just the bit where I sewed, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've done that. I've finished that edge, and I'm going to find the other notch on the other side of the gusset, and I've already sewn the center back seam. This is the crotch, and I'm going to match the crotch seam up with the gusset. Pop a pin in it, and then you can pin it or not, it's up to you. So again, we're going to match these curves around, okay, and so I just wanted to show you how to deal with that gusset. So I've sewn, so this is the crotch seam here, and I've sewn up to that point here, and I was folding the gusset away, and I've actually just stopped sewing there, and then what I'll do is I'll flip the gusset piece back up so I'm not catching that seam allowance, and then I'll start sewing again right where I stopped, and then that will just mean that that gusset piece sits nice and flat. And so this is how that gusset has kind of ended up. You can see that it's matching at this point here, and the seam looks, it kind of behaves as though it's continuous. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little clip here so that I can finish the seams together, and then I'll finish them together through that side of the gusset. So hope that makes sense.